There you go. Maybe you'd be more interested to see how it looks when I put it up on its side, so you can see the texture of the print a little better.
Refocus just a little bit. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to go for even more of an angle. Put this nozzle to good use.
There you go. You have to refocus now.
So
well, you can see the grains.
Yeah, that's that's way past 50x magnification right now. So the features you're looking at are, I don't know, 10 micron features, some of them. So that's pretty fine. Anyway,
I'm going to ask you to do something that for science. You
what?
can find one of my hairs and pluck it out.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Although I'm sure people would find that exciting. I will put a contact pin.
There you go.
That is a small contact pin, so you have a point of scale on that. When I say small, I mean it's a small pin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
there's some scale. So, if you guys are looking at this, this is my hand.
Here. I got another thing over there.
So, oh yes, yeah, of course.
I guess if you want scale, you can use a scale. Now, forgive me for shaking. I might have the DTs. Each one of those is a millimeter.
Wow.
So you give you an idea.
1 millimeter.
All right. So there you go.
So that's the inspector tool.
All right. So we can pop that off now. I guess I just pull the plug, right?
Let me go ahead and remove this first. So there it goes. Okay, now you can remove it.
Okay, so that's one more thing off the list.
Yeah. So
Wow, this went well.
yes, it did.
Quick, let's ship it.
So we've
You
used.
know, I can send it with this stand. Let me show them the stand.
Okay, guys, we have used that tool a lot. So let me go and move back to a full screen view so you guys can see that. There you go.
This comes with a stand, and if you have a USB extension cord, we cut it down because it has to fit in our system. You can plug it in your PC and use it on its own for whatever it is. So this is just something we really like to get. Yeah, you can buy them online on eBay for 30 or 40 bucks, but they don't have the cable cut down, and so they don't work, and they don't have the holder, and they don't have the programmable light. So ours comes with the holder and programmable light. That's why it's so much more money. Woohoo!
Yep.
So anyway, let's see what the next thing is.
Okay, we've got one more accessory that I worked on, which is available right now for the engines, but they're not available just yet for the systems.
Oh,
we'll get to that in a second.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the one that we love the most.
The light.
Which is the light. This thing is just it's kind of a. Let me try to get a little bit closer. There you go. Alrighty. So that's the watch. Oh yeah. Now I got to get the camera out of the way. There you go. Okay.
I need that S for Superman right here, don't I?
Yes, you do. Okay.
You don't need to put the light in that thing.
Okay. So the light, as
Cut
you
off
guys.
the head.
You mean turn off the camera?
No, that's fine. That's
Off
fine.
this?
Right there,
Okay.
yeah. Just don't put the light in your face.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Alrighty. So the light we really enjoy because of well, number one, obviously it's got LED lights. But number two, the magnifying glass on it is guys, I can't tell you how much it's helped us when we actually take a look at our builds. When anything is being built,
A good time.
okay. When anything is getting built on here, it works.
Yeah,
well.
I like it that you can turn the lights on and off.
Mm-hmm.
How does that look? Can you see it?
Kind of. Let me give you guys a bigger screen.
It's better for my eyes than it
There
is
we
for
go.
the computer. There. This seems to be the star of the day, doesn't it?
It does.
So, okay.
Excellent.
And This is made really solid. I mean, you could actually pick the printer up from this thing. It has a 10 millimeter fine threads into a solid aluminum block, which bolts into the printer. I think it's going to last a long time.
Is it metal?
It is totally metal.
That's right. So
Totally stud muffin Iron Man.
So this stuff right here, guys, is metal. It's not cheap plastic. So there you go. Alrighty. And that is the watchmaker's work light. So alrighty.
Nice. So those are the accessories as we're putting them together in a package, and we're pounding that thing out. I guess I can go through.
I can show this. This is just a quick little thing we've got going.
What it goes on?
Yeah. We've got the Mark 1s, all the hotheads as of right now, just for point of clarification, all the hotheads right now, even though they say Mark 2 and Mark 3 on the website, we're going to go back to a Mark 1 type style, not style as in
naming, nomenclature.
Nomenclature. Thank you. So don't be confused when we send this out to you. Just know that the Mark 1s are for the hotheads, and I'll put down HH or something like that. That will let you guys know. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
All right.
I
have a few more things to cover about the machines, and also to give them an update on what we did on the scanner software this week.
Okay. Go back to full screen.
So we made a couple of modifications to a couple of the printers, but just what we did was for the largest system, and that's to test for additional stiffness because of the length of the throw. Let's see if we got any questions in here.
Let's see. Les Music says it looks pretty good. Jack Force says Clay looks pretty good. One of our accountants is retiring in 2 months. He wants to know if he'll see the 3D printer before then. System for SRF in Minnesota. Yes, they are.
Yes. For sure.
I believe it's Mr. Harkin.
Yeah. If you guys will bear with me for about 8 or 10 minutes, then I will give you guys what our plan is for delivery on the printers. Just a moment here. You've all seen the System 30, but I'll just roll it out here, point out its key features, and then roll it back. And then I'm going to switch it over and bring out the 17. Actually, we just get a chainsaw and cut the 30 down to the 23.
We could easily do that.
So just a moment here. Let's just rip this right in and out.
Okay. He said the whole thing about the accountant retiring was a joke. Oh. So. Very good job, Core. You got us on that one. Let's see. No. Okay. Sorry. We're just looking for one of the covers that goes on the actual printer. So. You guys got it? Okay. So, we also had a new type of mystery material that came to us this particular week, and I want to say thank you very much to Craftworks for sending that along to us. It's a new type of epoxy, and we're going to be working with that along with a few other items that people have asked us to look into. We're also getting a lot of questions about if we can do chocolate, and the answer is yes. We can do chocolate. We have not shown it yet because we're still waiting on the final parts to arrive for us to actually start doing those types of materials. So, Jaipur asks, what's the difference between a System 30 and a System 24? It's actually a 23. And
Not to see that.
Quite a few.
You know what? I'd probably stick them in side by side. How about if I do that? I think I can get another one on here.
Sure.
I think that rolls around.
Yes, it does.
What? Isn't there an assembly one?
Yes, there is. There are two of them there.
I'll be right there.
So, okay. Powers USA says 6 inches in height and the doors. Yes. That is part of the difference. And the reason why I say part of the difference is, well, the reason why we initially went with the System 23 is because we could get that shipped. It maximizes the amount of volume that we could actually ship a system in. Oh, there's Sable. Oh, bye Sable. Hi Sable. Say hello to everyone.
Who's that?
This is the rest of the world.
Ah, it's a virtual me in there in a camera.
That's right.
Hello world.
Very nice. Yes.
You know when you know it's a full moon out.
That's right. All right. Thanks, Sable. But the difference is not only in the height of the actual systems, it's also, as Powers USA pointed out, the doors. Instead of only having 2 doors, which is what you'll find with the System 23, you only have 1 door with the System 30. There's also a difference, correct, with the actual material, where the material is loaded. And the reason why we did this from the side is because we have a couple of Kickstarters who have asked for it to be done, or for the material to be loaded on the side. One of which we hope, if you're watching, we hope you get well very, very soon and you heal from all your injuries. And we're sorry to hear as to what happened with you. So.
And I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yes. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the light from the back room because it glares everything.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. There you go.
Alright.
Nice. Okay, so as you guys can see right here, this is System 23. That is the System 30. Okay. So as you'll probably notice, there are quite a few differences besides just the
Yeah,
height.
that's the rear of this one, so let me flip it around. Actually, I'm just going to spin it.
Okay, here.
I got it. Okay. Alright, no problem. Make sure I do it right.
So, the System 30, we made it larger, we made it taller because of this guy right here that does the clay. The problem was that as you load your cartridge in, this is your cartridge. As you load this in, the height of this, unfortunately, was touching the very top of the System 23. We have since redesigned this guy to be able to be used inside the System 23. However, for some of the newer attachments and stuff like that we're looking at, that's still a matter of debate, which I'll end up with
and I gotta tell you, I thought this had the doors on it, so I guess David didn't realize we wanted to put the doors on it.
No.
So,
but it has 2 doors that you open up, like this.
Number one difference is the material goes in the top, and
the material's behind you, one of the spools. Yeah. There you go.
I guess the covers are over at your house, at your place?
The bubble covers, yes.
Okay, so a cover, this is actually one of the regular covers here. It's over the side. On the System 30, we put the cover from the top onto the side, modified it slightly so it's on hinges, and you can get right straight access into your material right here. If you are not a basketball player, and if you are not so nimble, then a side mount is all going to be better. I'm 99% sure. Even for myself, I'm not a basketball player anymore, but
you're 6'1", 6'2", right? 6'2"? Yeah, 6'2". Yeah.
Depends on how my contour elongates me or not, but I'm at least a solid 6. So, well, at least a big 6. So that said, you're right here. If you set your printer up and it's near the end of a table, just a few inches off, you've got easy access to your material. And that's nice because when you load the material, you're going to have to start a feeder on it, and that'll get you working right here where it's going on. And
let me get you guys a little bit closer.
Don't have my glasses on, so and it would just reel right off of there. So I need to put my hand up.
Yeah.
There he goes. It just focused in.
Yeah.
So I think that for a lot of people, this would be a better solution for them. It's not a required solution, that is for sure. Another thing is you'll notice that the bar here, and I'll flip it around so you can see it. The one thing we have done is that these bars get mounted on a slight angle, and the reason for that is it allows the material to feed more unimpeded up to the material sensor or the feed zone where we control it. So that's just the only thing that's going on between this and the production model. And there you go on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, it's better than, I think, better than the top. There's some people like Greg had already planned a way to get this in his house, and didn't have room for the side, and so that's no problem. You can still use a top mounting system. It's not a requirement, but just letting you guys see what we came up with here.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I liked, if you're going to be using any of the laser attachments, this is going to be much better because the lasers all work through the center and the yellow and or the correct plexiglass, which you have to have the right kind of filtering glass on to safely run the laser. If you're running ultraviolet, then we want to go yellow or one of the smoke. And if you're running infrared, then we want to go the other direction of the spectrum. So you want to put that here so that you don't accidentally get a face full of laser. That's not a good idea. Technically speaking, you shouldn't have a problem with it, but safety first, and in this case you only got two eyes, so you don't want to lose them both.
No.
So I prefer this for someone that's going to have a laser attachment. I also prefer this for anyone who wants to run some stuff where you need a little more space, such as the turbine attachment, which no, we aren't offering it yet, but boy, you can be sure it'll be one of the first things I want to play with. And that's the turbine drilling attachment. It is definitely going to be requiring some room to bend, and so it will have a lot more vertical room to make its I like that. What's that? The Cobra Strike attention. I don't know what the heck it is. All right, so you can see it's a big printer. I mean, if you may have to dedicate a whole room to it. So we'll see how Les Music, what he ends up doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
There. So that's the 30. The 23 is great. They have the same amount of travel to them. There's no difference in size of the build or anything like that. Within a millimeter. I think I lost 1 millimeter when I put the side mounted material. Just 1 millimeter in the x-axis. And that doesn't mean you're printing 199 millimeters. It means you have just a second, I'll tell you.
I think we originally said that the bed inside of the system was going to have what, 12 to 13?
Well, better to measure.
Okay. Correct. It is much better to measure. Okay. Sorry, guys.
295 millimeters of travel.
Okay.
Which makes it about 11, a little over 11 and a half, right at 11 and a half inches.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to build something that's 11 inches, technically speaking,
You can.
it actually would fit on the build platform.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out. Yeah, I know it's not 8 inches. I think we promised it would be bigger than 8 inches.
Well, we promised at least 8 inches.
With
right.
2 heads. And
That's
there
right.
you go. So if you take 35 millimeters, 295. Yeah, we're safely above that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you take 70 off, yeah, you can hit this with 3 heads at about 7.5 inches.
Nice.
Almost 8 inches with 3 heads. And we're working on better heads all the time. I'm really looking forward to showing the quad head.
Mm-hmm.
But that will come a month and a half or 2 months from now.
Powers USA says, thank you, Powers USA, 11.61.
Nice. A digital man in an analog age. Or something like that. It's about that big, man.
Okay.
How much is it? That's a good question. All right. So
Now comes the...
well, I gotta
There you go.
spell this out so it's clearly. So as far as the electronics, the computer, everything, with one exception, we didn't put the dual power supply in the System 23s. but there's no reason why we can't. I mean, it can be expanded to a second power supply. It's got the same floor plan. So the electronics from here down, everything is identical. It's just you get taller, a little more space to work, and depending on which attachments may come in the future or which ones you might decide you want to do, the 23 gives you more elbow room, more headroom, more versatility. I can't tell anybody what to do. I'm sure everyone's going to want to know what the difference is in price, and
Yes, and
we'll
Jeff,
put that in, but it's around $350 for the tall one, of which $200 of that is shipping. So if anyone's picking theirs up, or if I happen to be dropping it off, we can make that much better for you. We'll just throw it out there. It's what you guys want. There is an option to put a wider bearing on the tall System 30s, and we'll include that there. It's a checkbox. I think that's another like $75. It gives the bed more stability. So if you're going to be running a large, heavy build, it might give you a little bit better results on the print. Normally it wouldn't make a difference. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really don't think there is. So this is the original Kickstarter printer, and it's still built like Godzilla. And it's able to handle everything. That's the way it is. All right. Let's see if there was anything else. I think that was pretty much what I wanted to cover with them tonight.
Okay.
And
I know there are going to be questions about the scanner.
oh, I'm ready to handle that in just a second. So let me just roll these out for you a little bit.
Very good.
I'll actually leave them in the backdrop, because you know how it is. Those guys inspect while we're talking.
Oh,
I noticed that. They seem to see, like they got x-ray vision or something.
yes, you guys do have X-ray vision, quite a bit.
Can we pop up a YouTube video and play it for them? I didn't know
Sure.
that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I've gotten a little bit better at this broadcasting thing.
he's basically a professional.
I wouldn't say that.
Can I show him the software real quick, what I've done?
Yeah,
Maybe I'll do that first. How's that? And then we'll slip onto the scanning stuff.
sure. Okay, here's the software.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it has a little different look and feel. And what was going on was we've been running the printer a lot. So as we run the printer, we're of course customizing the software.
Oh.
We use the word heavily.
Sorry guys, let me move this out of the way. That was a chat. Sorry.
So
about that.
is it over here where I used the mouse?
Yes,
Do you see it over there?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay,
So they
great.
can still see us in the camera as we're walking through this. So,
Okay, so what we've done is we've made this right-hand window over here more about the object or the food chain. So the object manager is where you're going to, also I made these much larger because this is running on a touch screen right now.
That's right, touchscreen.
Yeah, we've got several touch devices that we're moving right in. I don't want to rewrite the software twice, so we're reworking the user interface so it's touch friendly. And don't want anybody to get your hopes up, but as we speak, I have some special touch overlays somewhere in DHL, and they should hit here, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday. But I got one for the 14-inch screen for the systems, and I got them for the 10.1-inch screens for the engines, just enough for testing. Les Music, thank you so much for sending me, hooking me up with your supplier. Unfortunately, the screen, the touch overlay, I went ahead and bought one that they sent was for a 800, 600 screen, and it's all screwed up as far as dimensions goes. But it let us test it. And no sooner had I pushed the button about 4 times than I looked at Hutch and said, we got to do this. I don't care what it costs. We got to do this. So we started hunting harder, and it turns out a bunch of new suppliers have popped up since December. So anyway, that said, you'll see that these buttons are much larger, and believe me, they're finger friendly. I can even demonstrate this on a little 8-inch tablet that I have. So what I'm going to do is just show you a couple little quick features we put in. I think Greg's going to like this one. You notice I've got the zip and ship. So if you plug in a USB stick in your system and click on that, it actually will zip up the working folder that you're got your all the repetir, and you can hand it off to someone else. Well, we have the reverse of this, and that's a download feature, which we had to get this working so we could upload to our host. And so when these go out the door, you will be able to go to the repository in one click and download, and then you go in and it will expand itself. So we're getting better. We also have a professional level of installer for people that will be reinstalling or working on their own PCs, which so far there hasn't been anybody, but there'll come a time. And that one will handle all of the slicer, Skeen, Forge, Hours, and our version of Repetier. Okay, so let's go to open, and let's open an STL object. And you notice that it filters by STL when we do that. You can, of course, tell it to do all files, and you'll see that there's a lot more out there. So now that we're just doing the files, we're just little simple Windows tricks, you know. So we'll go look at this guy, and there it is. Man, that's awesome. You know what I don't know is how did he print just a wall when that thing looks like it's solid? This is something that I can never figure out.
Magic?
If it's Greg, it's got to be magic.
That's true.
Okay, so you can pick your objects up here, and of course they'll allow you to do that. You can right click, and it doesn't work on this, and the reason for it is that it doesn't work in Windows 8 under the tablets, so we just made it so everything pops up here. Boom. So there you go. So I've extended so that again, these are large finger friendly options, and this is basically your object matcher. The next one is a slicer manipulator. Now that looks cool, but I gotta tell you, I actually have a much better. Check this out. Is it the internal? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just slice like the dragon.
I mean, this one is much more straightforward. So I'll tell you what. After working on all this stuff, I am going to make an interface to this that where this comes in, it'll all be much larger text, so you can read it a lot easier. It'll be a lot more finger friendly. But with this, we're going to actually clear a lot of this fluff out so that there's general settings, and then there will be custom settings. And the general settings will be pretty much, okay, I want to slice it at 200 microns, and I want to print with ABS. Go. And because there's no reason to have to deal with all this stuff over and over again in most cases. Just giving you a heads up on that.
But it would be very, very nice. I guess the whole point of this was that it would be very, very nice to actually be able to print with a type of material that we've already tested with, or someone else out there has tested with, and they've come up with the correct settings, right?
Yes, and to that extent, we have it so that under here, what I didn't show you guys is, you know, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have a USB stick. No USB stick in there. It detected it. Well, basically what we do is we have an embedded zip utility that we put in here. So we can put your project and the settings that was used for your project, crunch them all together, and we actually have a zip and email. And if you have Gmail, which most of us do these days, if you have a Gmail account, it will go straight off of your Gmail account and it'll let you use the IntelliSense. It populates with all the email addresses and all that stuff. If you don't have Gmail, sorry dude, we will make it so that it goes to a folder of your choosing, and then you got to copy it into your own emails for the other guys. No, we're not Google mongers, but at the same time, Google made a hell of an SDK for us, so why not take advantage of it? We use it on our other product quite extensively, actually, so take advantage of the libraries they've written. Okay, so next thing is you'll notice that over here there's no manual control, and the reason for it is I got to have more stuff to work with, so I put it down here. And I basically take over the whole screen. Because what's manual control good for? You're just moving around the printer, exercising it, stuff like that, getting it ready for a print. You're not really interested in the other stuff. So this will tell you the status of everything right now. If you're looking at it. Oh, ha! That's funny. I didn't realize I did that. Okay, that could be considered a bug. It's a feature. It's not a bug. Yeah, I scrambled these buttons. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. This is my first time testing it, that particular item. So you can see right here that we've got all the. This must be. This run on your computer?
This is running on this computer. It's not running on the other guy. No, it is not.
Huh.
So the reason why is because we Last time we did VNC, it was a little slow, and it wasn't as nice as this, meaning